to the Formatt with your boy Matt Jackson, and we gotta get it in like some sin. So tonight's episode is a long-awaited one. I've been meaning to do this already, but I've been kind of busy and haven't been able to do a lot of the ones I've been wanting to do. But here it is. This is the Formatt with your boy Matt Jackson. NXT Halloween Havoc. I know this has already happened. It's been happened. I like the show. It was really good. Just go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe, blah, blah, blah. So, NXT Halloween Havoc was a great show. It was 10/26/2021. Great show. The 2021 WWE NXT Halloween Havoc special opens up with a horror icon. It was Chucky. He was narrating a video package to hype tonight's matches, where it was live on the USA Network as Vic Joseph welcomes everybody to the pay-per-view Halloween Havoc at the Orlando Performance Center. And of course, you had Wade Barrett and WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix, and you had so we see the spin the wheel make a deal. Bill, as Vic, he's just sitting there, he's just fucking hyping the whole show up and everything. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so you had the first match was the Scareway to Hell match for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. Oh my God, this match was good. But anyway, so let me go ahead and tell you, it was Gigi Dolan and JC Jane versus Indy Hartwell and Persia Pirotta versus Io Shirai and Zoe Starks. Amazing match. I'm trying to tell you. Amazing match. This match had so many hardcore spots. There was so much hardcore in this one match alone. It was just insane. This match alone just amazed me. I was just like, oh my God, what the hell is going on in this match? This is crazy. Like, all these girls were in it to win it. But they go to the ring for tonight's opener. There's ladders all over the place. Out first are, Zoe Stark and Io Shirai come out first, and then, Toxic Attractions, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane come out. Or they're already in the ring, they're already in the ring. And then Indy Hartwell, Persia come out. Alicia Taylor does the introductions, and then they cut to Chucky for a quick intro of his own, like he talks for a minute or whatever. He's pretty cool. Of course, the bell rings, and everybody goes into it. They just go at it. It's crazy. And Io and Zoe are left standing tall as the others are sent to the floor. Io Shirai brings a ladder from underneath the ring as Stark keeps the ring empty. Stark turns around to Dolan, trying for a drop kick. Jane just joins her, and they send Stark to the floor. Shirai is also shut down. Pirotta goes underneath the ring for some more ladders as Indy runs and gets beat down by Toxic Attraction. Persia slides in a ladder as Indy goes at it with Toxic Attraction. Persia joins them, and they take over. This match was just hands down, it was something else. I wasn't expecting, a triple threat, tag team ladder match, so that was pretty dope. But yeah, Pirotta and Hartwell try to go for the titles, but Shirai and Stark flying, taking them down. Shirai and Stark climb the ladder, but Jane tips them over. Shirai hits hard on the ropes, and Starks lands on the mat. Jane kicks Stark back down. Dolan and Stark go at it, with Dolan getting some shots in. Parada and Hartwell double team Shirai and slam her face first into the announce table. Fucking insane. Like, bam! Hit so hard, man. They go for a double suplex onto the ladder that was bridged from the apron to the announce table. But Shirai counters. They turn it into a double DDT onto the floor for a huge pop. It was pretty big. It's cool. Shirai returns to the ring and cleans house. Shirai climbs for the titles, but Indy mates her to the top a ladder and knocks her off. Zoe runs up and fights with Indy under the title. So Zoe rocks Indy with right hands while trying to grab the titles. Persia stands a taller ladder next to them. Dolan sends Persia tight he floor and whatever. He climbs up, but Indy meets her on the other side for the ladder. Dolan gets close to the titles, but stops Starks. Dolan gets sent to the mat for a hard landing. Indy and Stark fight upright until Shirai climbs and blah blah blah. There's a big spot where Persia tips over the ladder, knocking everyone out of the ring and into the floor except Persia and Stark as they go at it in the corner now. Persia Starks, they're back at it again, but they climb. Indy stops her. Shirai takes Persia out, and now she climbs by herself. Persia scoops Shirai up on her shoulders, drives her down to the mat. Persia stops Dolan from climbing. I mean, this match was so good. I mean, there was a holy shit chant from everybody. Persia climbs for the straps. I mean, and she touches them, but here comes Jane on the ladder. Jane pulls Persia down and climbs up. Persia grabs her for another big powerbomb. Jane counters, sends Persia face first into the ladder, leaning into the corner with a hurricanrana. Jane unloads a Persian on Persian, smashing a ladder into her back several times. Jane climbs, but Shirai stops her, slamming her down flat on a ladder. Shirai then follows up by nailing a springboard moonsault while Jane is laying on a ladder. Fans pop for Shirai, and she poses while Jane rolls to the floor in pain. I mean, this is insane. Stark drops Persia, lays her on her ladder. Stark goes for top rope 450. She lands bad and barely hits Persia. Stark positions the ladder underneath the titles, but here comes Indy with a big spine buster to Stark on top of the ladder. I mean, Indy climbs up as fans are chanting, "This is awesome." Shirai meets her over the top, sends her down. Indy tips the ladder over, sending Shirai. I mean, this match was crazy. It was a holy chant. All that. Indy climbs for the titles now. She grabs them, but Jane grabs her from behind on the ladder. Indy kicks her to the mat. Dolan is at the top of the ladder now. She knocks Indy to the mat. Dolan looks up, grabs the title belts, and wins. So we had Dolan and JC Jane win the tag team titles. I was really fucking happy with that. But anyway, so the winners, new women's champions, Toxic Attraction, or the Toxic Avengers, whatever. After the match, the music hits as Dolan raises the title in the air and Jane runs the ladder to join her. Blah, blah, blah. Unhooking, celebrating. We got an announcers ringside, sent a video package. The NXT North American Champion, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, pulling up to a haunted house where Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis have told them to come if they want to recover Hayes' missing belt. Trick wants to stay in and drive away. Hayes is like, "Nope, you're going." I mean, this is pretty good. This is pretty cool for the Halloween, vibe. They're at this some haunted house, and Trick is like, I'll buy you a fucking replica belt if that's what it is. There's an NXT zombie referee. I mean, it's just crazy. Got to see this. Then Grayson Waller, who is dressed as Dracula, which LA Knight is running late, and Waller's replacing him. He hypes to show up, says, here to save it since Knight couldn't make it. He also mentions how there's a Halloween party in the back with the hottest women you'll ever see. Music interrupts, and out comes Joe Gacy. So then the match is Joe Gacy versus Malik Blade. And this match is pretty good. I love Joe Gacy. I've always loved him. So the match is really good. Grayson is not so happy being interrupted. Joe Gacy takes the mic and says, "Corrupt minds are like Waller's is why Halloween isn't a very exclusive holiday. It's just an excuse to exploit and sexualize all people. To balance this out in a ring tonight, he's here to set a much more positive message in his opponent tonight. Malik Blade, who we see in the ring, Gacy say, she's doing this for all of us. Violence is not the answer." Gacy enters the ring, but Blade drop kicks him. The bell hits. Gacy beats Blade down. Blah blah. Picture shows. I mean, Harlan entering the building. Gacy goes to work on Blade, working him over, beating his ace. I mean, gets it good. Blah blah blah. Gacy beats the shit out of him. Gacy hits him with his finisher move. He wins. He hits him with that back handspring clothesline. Pins him for the win. So Gacy stands tall. Replays. There's a bunch of replays afterwards. Gacy goes to Harlan at ringside and holds his face while talking to him. Look into his eyes, telling Harlan to trust him. We get a vignette from Kaylee Ray. It's pretty cool. Her talking about, don't disrespect her, blah, blah, blah. NXT UK Women's Champion. Grayson is backstage at NXT 2.0 Halloween party. Several superstars are in the Halloween costumes. Ikem Euro and Kushida walk up, and Euro is confused about the concept of Halloween. The kids going trick-or-treating. Waller approaches two women, but Cameron Grimes, dressed as an astronaut, interrupts. He tries to run some game on the women, but they're not interested. Waller gives him some encouragement and says, "Better luck next time, bitch." Now the next thing is the Diamond Mine Challenge. NXT Cruiserweight Champion Roderick Strong versus Odyssey Jones, which I like Odyssey Jones. I don't know, man. I like Odyssey Jones. He's probably the next Keith Lee. That's probably why they're just like, you know what, we'll get rid of Keith Lee. Kind of sucks. But anyway, this was a good match. So, really good match for that. I mean, they just did some crazy shit. Creed brothers interfere. But Jones yanks him. The winner was Roderick Strong. He whoops that ass, let me tell you. Mackenzie Mitchell is backstage with Imperium. She talks to them. Stuff like that. Spin the wheel, make a deal. Trick-or-treat street fight for the NXT Women's title. Mandy Rose versus Raquel Gonzalez. This match was so amazing. I'm so proud of this match because my girl wins. And this was such a great match. Y'all just gotta go see it. I'm not gonna go into detail on every match. But anyway, y'all gotta go see this match. Because my girl Mandy Rose, she wins, and now she's a champion. So I love her. And the match was great. But it was like it was good. Yeah, it was. I mean, they go back to the ring for just like a spin the wheel, make the deal. You know, Halloween costume party is getting wild backstage at the time. Lash Legend apparently tells Tony D'Angelo he can be on her show, telling him not to be disappointed. Von Wagner is dressed as Brad Pitt, and no one recognizes him. He's with Kyle O'Reilly and someone else dressed up. There's no interaction between Cameron Grimes and Duke Hudson, who may be dressed as Hugh Hefner. Grimes says he will see Duke in Duke's poker room next week. Robert Stone is dressed as Elvis. He has some words for Zion Quinn, who is apparently dressed as himself. Quinn chokeslams Stone through a table, and Frankie Monet has seen enough as she walks off. Someone apparently hosts Grayson Waller looks down at Stone and declares that this is the greatest Halloween party ever. They cut to the backstage for the NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa, prepare for his main event match. They go back to show someone riding a motorcycle outside, and the motorcycle rides into the arena, and it's the women's champion, Raquel Gonzalez, with the big pop video, baby. They walk over to the wheel, and Chucky appears on the screen saying it's time to spin. Gonzalez spins, and it lands on Chucky's choice. Chucky appears again and picks a trick-or-treat street fight stipulation. The referee raises the title in the air, and then they attack each other. Boom, boom, boom. Hit the turnbuckle, sending her down. Rose catches Gonzalez with a jawbreaker. Rose unloads with some kicks and some punches and counter in the corner. Gonzalez turns around, nails a running splash in the corner. Rose rolls to the floor as the fans are booing. Gonzalez follows up with the Rose, decks her with the kendo stick, and more kendo stick shots. Gonzalez catches the kendo stick shots, beats Rose down. Gonzalez launches Rose into the plexiglass, and then she goes down. Gonzalez grabs Rose, but Rose rocks her face. Rose unloads with right hands now, sending Gonzalez face to face to the fucking first into the fucking ring post. Rose grabs another kendo stick and beats Gonzalez into the ring with it. Rose follows Gonzalez into the ring as Gonzalez sells a hurt leg from the kendo stick shots. We go to the picture-in-picture commercial, man. Back from the break, Gonzalez yanks Rose from the apron to the floor, putting her face first at the ringside. Gonzalez with another kendo shot. Gonzalez slams Rose's face first into the announcer's table. Rose kicks Gonzalez away, or shoves the announcer's chair face. Rose knocks Gonzalez into a chair, and she's sitting in now. Rose traps her in the chair with a kendo stick and goes to work on her, talking trash. Rose with a jumping kick to the face, knocking Gonzalez over with the chair. Rose covers on the floor where Gonzalez is trapped in the chair, but the referee reminds her the pin has to happen in the ring. Rose snaps with more kendo sticks, shots in ringside now. She has words with the referee. Rose brings a steel chair from underneath the ring. She turns around to Gonzalez, standing on the announce table, wearing a Jason's hockey mask, spraying a fire extinguisher. Gonzalez comes off the table and beats Rose up at ringside some more. Gonzalez powers Rose back into the ring and keeps control. They just beat each other up, 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 beat each other up. And Mandy Rose wins. Bam, bam, bam. Pretty dope. They go back to the haunted house, and there's more going on with the haunted house. With the NXT zombie referee, there's other stuff going on. They go through the house. It's pretty creepy. Y'all gotta see that to believe it. Then it's another spin the wheel, make a deal, lumberjack, a lantern match for the NXT Tag Team titles, Imperium versus MSK. This match was badass. I'm gonna get to it. This match was pretty cool. Loved every fucking minute of this match. They came out to DJ Tommy Kaluki or whatever. And then they beat. I mean, Chucky appears and the wheel spins. NXT fan of the night, the young man gets to spin the actual wheel and lands a lumberjack to enter a match stipulation. The NXT locker room begins to empty out into the ring. So there's a bunch of people around the ring, blah, blah, blah. And then they just get into it. They fight each other. They beat the shit out of each other, blah, blah, blah. And then Imperium wins. Imperium wins that match. So, the championship. We go back to Chucky, and he hangs. So the next match is NXT title match: Braun Breaker versus Tommaso Ciampa. This is a really, really good match. It was a really tight match. It was tight, and everything like that. But Tommaso Ciampa beats Braun Breaker, which, I mean, obviously, because Braun Breaker is a dumb name. But anyway, I will see y'all in the next video. I hope y'all liked that video. I know I was running through it kind of fast, but there was a lot to cover, and I just didn't want to make it too long on you. But that's the gist of it. It was a great Halloween Havoc this year, with a crowd and just with good stuff and good backstage stuff like that. It was great. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. That was me, talking about NXT Halloween Havoc. Hope y'all have a great night, day, whenever y'all hear this. Hope y'all have a great one. Much respect. Like, subscribe, and all of that mess.